Hi everyone, welcome back to this space. My name is Tife. I have missed you guys so much, and to be honest, today I am so happy to be back here because I have something really special for you. Oh, I know, I can't even wait to get into it. I know we're gonna be having a swell time on this topic today, pardon me, and it's about boundaries and why keeping boundaries in 2025 will literally save your life. All right, you're not a bad person for saying no. You're not selfish, and neither are you a mean person. You're just, you're probably just even tired of betraying yourself, and you're making people more comfortable other than yourself. If you feel like this video is for you. Now, this story, or rather this what we're talking about today, was overly inspired by two people, and these people are Ben and John. Now, John, let's start with John. John is a carefree person. John is like, he doesn't really care for too much. John is like, anyhow it comes, we roll, we move with it. Meanwhile, Ben is a little bit more careful. Ben is easygoing, yes, but he's more calculative. He's more intentional. He's not as spontaneous as John. Now, these two people are working class individuals. They're like in their mid-20s, but they are working class, of course, and both of them actually don't work too far from each other. Now, Ben has a car, John doesn't have a car, and John depends on Ben to give him a ride to work. And they both have like different clocking hours or start times. So Ben offers, okay, yeah, I can take you to work, give you a ride. It's a little bit early. I might get to work a little bit early, but it will be able to get you to work on time. And that was their plan. But guess what? As soon as they started this transaction or this, this nice gesture as friends, Ben will get to John's place a little bit early so that they can, start to get on the road and, get to do what they're supposed to be doing at work. But at the end of the day, Ben finds himself waiting for John a little bit more. For example, John hasn't taken a shower earlier, or he woke up late and he's just like rushing and trying to get himself ready. So what do you think is going to be happening after that? They will get to John's place late, and Ben will have to clock in a little bit late. Now, just thinking about what would have been happening around this, Ben started to get queries about coming in late, showing up to certain things like staff meetings and all that like late, and they would not even know that, of course, that there was something actually causing this. Now, Ben, remember, like I said before, Ben is a little bit more calculative, he's more intentional about things. And at the end of the day, he started to get a little bit resentful, like, okay, now I'm getting late to work, this is getting annoying, this is getting too blaming. At the end of the day, what would Ben have to do? Would Ben have to continue to take his friend to work, or would he speak up for himself? Can he give his friend a different alternative? Or, actually tell his friend, John, I know we have to get a ride to work together, but please, can you make it earlier to come downstairs so we're not getting to work late, on both our ends so that it's fair. You get what I mean? Now, apart from, looking at John and Ben's story, let me give you a clue to what boundaries really are. So boundaries are not walls to keep people out. Boundaries are more like doors to let the right people in. Because at the end of the day, you're doing yourself a good thing. You're doing yourself a service by not allowing people who would disrespect you or your feelings while you're trying to be sane at the end of the day. Boundaries protect your peace. They protect your time and your energy. Boundaries are what you do to stay loving without losing yourself. At the end of the day, Ben is, I don't know, Ben might be you, Ben will be me. There are certain times I've actually found myself doing certain things that I'll feel a little bit like I would have regretted my decision. I'll be like, okay, yeah, I probably should have at this point in time, because that led to a bad, or I would say something that I didn't even like at the end of the day, if only I had spoken up, or if only I had chosen myself in that aspect, Let's move on to how you can actually make boundaries a thing, something that will be normal. Like, how do you even start small when you're thinking about boundaries, when you're thinking about things that would make you, be yourself more, things that would not make you put yourself under the bus every time. If you're new to this, we can actually just try small. Let me give you like 3 ways you can actually do it. So for example, if a friend is calling you out to go like have a nice time with them, a drink after work or whatever it is, you can easily say, I'm sorry, I'm not available at this time, I'm really tired, I would rather have this probably tomorrow, it's a weekend. Give something in the moment, just outrightly saying that, okay, I'm not rejecting your offer, but I would rather do this on a better time. At that point in time, you're choosing yourself, you're choosing your emotional wellness, you're choosing your emotional peace. You're not doing something to please the other person while you're dying on the inside, because at the end of the day, you might have actually gone down for that drink and you find out that you're not in a good space. You might start snapping, you might not find anything funny, something intended for a fun purpose might turn, you know what I mean? So another way you can actually start more is, let me think about it and I'll get back to you. Sometimes some people, at work, family, it could be anybody, they give us an idea, they give us something, they propose an idea, or they give us an advice. That's another time for you to stop there and be like, you know what, I'll think about this and get back to you. You're not obliged to say, okay, yeah, what you said is actually good, yes, I'll do that. It's not like, oh, I told you to jump into the lagoon, that's how your skin will start feeling fresher and you jump in there. It's probably not a good idea for you. If you took time to think about it, you took time to research, you'll find that, okay, I was able to take a tiny piece out of this advice that this person gave me. You don't have to necessarily say yes to everything, or you don't have to even say no, because if you're taking your time, that would help you. Another way to do it is not give an over explanation. You don't have to over explain yourself whenever you're keeping boundaries. For example, somebody could ask you something and it could be as small as, oh, how was your day yesterday? And guess what? You started giving everything that happened to you yesterday, from the time you woke up and how you went out and who you hugged, who you kissed, who you gave money, who you that's not keeping boundaries, because at the end of the day, you are giving everything they didn't even ask you. And guess what? You start becoming a nice storyteller. They just need to give you the nice prompts like ChatGPT. Just say and you give them all the information of your life. Nobody asked you. That is keeping boundaries as well. Keep information private about yourself. There's certain things that you don't need to tell some certain people. You have to be wise in that sense, because at the end of the day, words start to get out too quickly and you now become, the national television. They'll start, you like your gist is already outside. Meanwhile, you intended it for a better purpose, because you felt that you could talk to this person and the person didn't think about it like that, because they've banana your gist outside. So take care of that. Okay, so why do some of us even feel guilty, like sometimes when some things happen to us and you just be like, oh my god, I feel like I should have done this instead, I should have done that instead, or you've even overdid it. So now there's a reason why some of us actually feel guilty, and that's because some of us actually struggle to set boundaries in the first place. We feel that saying no or yes, or even an over yes or over no, would make us seem like mean people. It would make us feel like, oh, I wasn't there the way they wanted me to. What if you're just over pleasing? What if you're just doing something the person probably felt that you should have even said maybe, not even a yes to, but at the end of the day, you've done something that has done more harm for you than good even for the person, because if you had given a different suggestion at that point in time, the person would have actually even had it better. But nevertheless, we struggle to set boundaries because we don't know how to, even in the first place, and we struggle because we care about these people we don't want to say no to most of the time. That's where the guilty feeling is coming from, because we want to please them, because we want to make them feel like we're reliable, because we want to make them feel like, yeah, I can be there for you whenever you need me. Not knowing that at the end of the day, you being a reliable person doesn't mean that you are yes every time. It doesn't mean that you have to show up every time. You could be on low field today. You're probably not in your right energy. You don't have to come strong every time. And even if you do, you need that energy in some other certain places. At the end of the day, when you finally say no, I can't do that, or no, I need space, this doesn't make you feel wrong. It doesn't make you feel like, you're not the person meant to be able to do that thing for your friend or for that family member at that point in time. This doesn't mean that you're doing something bad. It doesn't make you mean. It doesn't necessarily place you as somebody. Yeah, let's use that word reliable, because I think that's one of the things most of us actually think about whenever we are keeping boundaries with people. We don't want to offend them. Meanwhile, it's when you actually make some things very clear in the moment, that people are able to realize that, okay, there's some certain things I can't do to Tife, there's certain things I cannot do to John, there's some certain ways, some people will be like, yeah, I want to drink, but some people are like, yeah, no, you must drink, and I'm like, no, I don't want to. When they know that you don't drink, there's kind of certain parties you will probably not be, or even when you're invited there, they will probably make room for you for what you would like to drink. It's water, juice, pop, those kind of things. It makes you unique, it makes you stand out, it makes you. You don't have to blend into every crowd. Like, every crowd is not for you. You don't have to do everything that everybody is doing at that point in time. All right, so let me remind you, you're not mean, you're healing. You're not rude, but you're taking space for your time, or rather for yourself, in order for you not to be burnt out. You don't want to be nice today, mean tomorrow. You want to do things that resonate with you. You want to do things that you'll be happy about, not over-pleasing, not overbearing. And be reminded that you need to set limits for your own well-being at the end of the day, whatever the case might be. So let me know in the comments what boundaries you're working on, how it's working out for you. Let me know what you're probably even struggling with. Let's have that conversation, or rather, let's continue that conversation in the comment section, because right now, guys, I have to go. And, I'll be looking forward to the next video on how we're going to chat together and, catch up on good times. Yeah, so remember, boundaries are very important for you, and how your life will actually turn out in 2025 is dependent on you and your boundaries. Don't be afraid to do it. I'll see you in my next video. Have a good one, guys.